Hello, and welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grid, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
I am Lena.
And I'm Will.
And we are back. We are back.
It feels great. It's been so long, but it was a break we needed.
Girl, it's only been 2 weeks.
I mean,
it feels longer.
It does
feel longer.
It does. And just so y'all guys know, it's nothing like dramatic like that. We just decided it'd be a great time to take a break, because why the heck not? You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's the middle of the year. Like, you know, why not?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel like we deserved a break. I mean, we've been working our butts off, you know, giving y'all content every week, reviewing shows, like, you know, reviewing product and all this stuff. Like, listen, this is hard work.
I mean, in all fairness to y'all, like, we didn't think we would be here doing a weekly episode for you guys, let alone, actually, no, let me rewind that a little bit. We thought we were going to do a monthly episode, let alone bi-weekly, but here we are, weekly. Wow, I'm confusing myself. Yeah. I'm going to shut up now.
But no, like, Lena has a point. Like, I mean, from the very beginning, during our inception, basically, like, is it inception or conception? Conception, right? Conception. That's the word. Inception, conception, whatever. During the very beginning, in the beginning, you know, during our Genesis for the Bible people, during that time, like, you know, like, it was crazy. Like, we really didn't know what we wanted to do. Like, it was like, okay, do we want to do this? Do we want to do that? Like, you know, we were just trying to figure it out as it was going along. But, you know, we are here. We're here. We're coming up on like 80 episodes. You know, we're about to be hitting 100 soon. Like, it's crazy.
Right?
It really is.
What, a year and a half? Almost close to 2 now? Like, the fuck?
Well,
no, 3.
3, yeah, almost 3. Because we came out, almost 3.
I don't really count our first year, if I'm going to be honest.
I mean, it is. Listen, it is a part. It is a part. It is a part of our journey. It is a part of our journey.
I agree.
So I think we should count it.
Okay.
I think we should count it, because I mean, if you really think about it, granted, like, no, we weren't consistent, but it was there. It was there.
Okay, that's fair.
Know,
that's fair.
It was there. And I mean, I think we were more active on social media more than actually doing podcasts. So
right, we were so active. I mean, we still are.
We still are. But like, we were just like, we were really gunning it during that time, because it was just like, that's all we had. So it was just like, all right, let's really try to make this present known, girl. But
true. And you know what though? There's still a lot of people that don't know that we have a whole podcast.
Right. And
I'm so confused. I don't know how, but okay.
But you know what though? It's okay. It's okay, because of the people who are learning and the people who are joining us on this wild ride. We really do appreciate it. Mm-hmm. We really do, because I mean, it makes me happy to see when people are like, "Oh, you have a podcast? I'm going to listen to you guys," and you know, they join in.
Oh my God! I just want to say something. I saw something earlier this week on our stories, and it just melts my heart. Our mutual friend, the Violet Rangers, I want to say that's her handle.
The Violet Ranger, yeah.
Right. So she was looking for, I guess, more Power Ranger podcasts to listen to, which, you know, naturally you're like, what is there out there other than No Pink Spandex, right? I heard there's like Ranger Danger, but I tried listening to that one and it was just a no-go for me. But anyway,
I love that one.
It's so funny, because like, that one is like very popular. Like, it's very it's up there.
Okay, I don't know. I think I listened to one episode. Maybe I just picked the wrong episode to start. But anywho, I was reading Violet's stories, and apparently, alongside with No Pink Spandex, we were the top most recommended.
See?
I was like, what? People know who we are?
Yeah.
People are recommending us? along with no pink spandex. Like, I mean, y'all know that Brennan's on no pink spandex. We get that. But the fact that, you know, we're being up there with no pink, and no pink's been around for centuries. Okay, maybe not that long, but long enough.
Wow.
You know, they've been around quite some time, actually. Yeah. So they really built their
we were all in high school.
Exactly. So they
I was in college.
Well, okay. We're all roughly the same age. So I don't know how you're in high school while you're in college, but okay. But yeah, so it's just kind of cool to kind of know that we are kind of up there with no pink, you know. And I mean, granted, I know Brennan only recently started no pink, so it wasn't like he's always been part of no pink, and then this is like an extension. Not at all, but it's pretty cool to see that still. So yeah, that made my day.
No, it really did. It really did. And I love the fact that we were recommended and stuff, because I mean, like that just means that people are actually enjoying what we do. And you know, that you know, it's such a blessing to have people actually be like, you know, shouting us out like, hey, y'all doing a good job. Keep doing it, and keep going. Right? You know, so it's great. It really is. It's such a blessing.
It really
But let's just go ahead and get into it because we got a lot to cover today. So first of all, and I mean, if you also can hear and tell in my voice, I did kind of lose it. So, you know, I'm slowly getting it back. So, you know, like if I sound a little crazy, that's the reason why. But, you know, work with me. Okay, so first of all, we just gonna get right into it. Fan First Friday. You know, like Fan First Friday, like get into it. Everybody was like, girl down. Now, of course, we know what we all heard of, you know, the leaks, you know, the leaks that were going on, you know, because everybody found out, you know, what Rangers were being put out. What toys were being put out. Zero Ranger 2 Yellow, In Space Pink, Phantom Ranger, and Dino Charge Green. Everybody was pretty much like already knew, you know, pretty much they were coming.
Oh yeah. It was like, I don't even know how that happened, but I just seen the internet blow up one day and we knew it. It was just
right. I mean, and the thing is, like, we kind of already knew, especially about Yellow and Pink. We kind of already knew they were coming, only because of the fact that, like, you can tell that Hasbro was trying to finish up those lines because they gave us, you know, Catherine in, you know, both her forms, child. You know, they was like, we got to show all the love to this woman, honey, because they gave her 3 different faces. But anyway, that's a conversation from past episodes. But anyway, but, you know, child, they're just trying to wrap up these lines. They're like, we're gonna give y'all all the children. So, baby, listen, I had no idea that Dino Charge Green was coming. I was just like, okay, all right, Rowley. I mean, whatever. And then Phantom Ranger, we kind of already get. So it's just like, okay, cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just listen. Just take the floor. What is your who is your favorite? Who's not your favorite? Like, what's T? Let me have it.
I mean, obviously, my favorite is Tanya, and oh my god, like she actually looks like Nakia.
She looks like Nakia,
and she has good hair,
and she has the turbo hair. Listen, when dude posted her, like when he showed her on the screen, I screamed. I literally screamed, and I woke my friend up who literally cursed me out like 2 seconds later. But like, I was just so excited to see her because I was like, yo, I just knew they were going to give her the mushroom hair from Zio. And I was like, please don't give her the mushroom doobie wrap. Please don't give her that. Please,
and it wouldn't,
no.
And you know it wouldn't look good having, you know, those folks make it. So
no. And I was just like, oh God, no, please don't do this. But they gave her the turbo hair. As a matter of fact, I was looking at it and I was like, I don't remember her having that particular hairstyle. And then I looked at one of the pictures from Turbo, and I think I don't know if they mistaken her hair for pigtails. But remember, the hairstyle looks very similar to the hairstyle she had in Turbo. Remember, what was it, A Whole Lie? Where Justin got hit with the lie beam and he was lying throughout the whole episode. She had those pigtails and she had kicked the piranha and was like, what? And then you know what I'm saying? Like she was acting like a hood girl from the Bronx. Like, what's good? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? So listen, I was hyped. You know what I'm saying? But like dead ass, I thought that was the opposite. Like I thought that was the hairstyle that she had until I realized that it was all hanging down, and I was like, oh,
and now I just realized that myself.
Right. So I mean, whatever hairstyle, I don't care what hairstyle they gave her. All I know is I'm happy with Tanya. Like, period. I am so happy with her. So yeah. So I know. By the way, I already pre-ordered her. Like, did y'all pre-order? Yeah. Okay. Because I'm like, child, I pre-ordered her quick. As soon as that line was open, I was like, pre-order. Let me go ahead and handle it. Pre-order right now.
Yeah. For me,
go ahead.
I was any excited for any of them. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Tanya, so that's not a surprise. But I thought Cassie was gonna at least be nice.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you.
Right?
I was gonna say what her name is, the girl from iCarly. Because I promise you that's what she looked like.
Brenda.
I don't see it.
I see it.
I kind of see it too after someone brought it up. I was like, I see it, but I see Miss Fairweather more just because it is funnier.
It is funnier. The hair and the face.
It's the cheekbones for me. It's the cheekbones and the jawline.
It's the
that
Y.
makes her look like Miss Fairweather.
It's the Y face. I'm like,
like
face is more of an oval shape. Where y'all getting the Y cheekbones and like the jawline?
Girl, who knows?
And let's be honest here, like her eyes are way too big to be Cassie's.
This doesn't look like an Asian woman.
It doesn't. It doesn't look like an Asian woman. It doesn't. It doesn't.
It just really doesn't. Like, I'm happy for y'all. Don't get me wrong that you guys got Tanya. But I'm like, yo, I was really hoping for Cassie. I was like, I'm actually gonna order this figure. I'm gonna keep her in the box. I can't believe it because like I'm gonna keep her for my future children if I ever have any. My first role model. And she turned out to be not Asian at all.
No, don't do that.
You know? So like I can't order that shit now.
I'm still hoping maybe they'll do something later on, like either a turbo Cassie with a better face, or maybe they'll do a 2-pack with Kendricks or something.
Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of scared.
That's fair. That's fair.
You know, I'm like, you know, I don't know. It's kind of like with the Catherine, like the 3 Catherine heads. The last one or one of them made her look so butch, while some of the other ones.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
I'm telling you, she looked like Cameron Diaz in one of them. I was like, why does she look like Cameron Diaz?
Right?
Like, what is going on?
Right? I don't know. So it's just like I'm kind of scared now that they messed up the first Cassie they ever made. And I mean, and the thing is, what kills me is like they can make Asian girls because they made Trini perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, Trini was perfect. Trini was spot on.
Fine. So it's.
But they also knew that the fans was going to drag them if they did. So.
Well, what makes this any different?
I mean, it doesn't. It really doesn't. Right? But also at the same time, you have one actress who is deceased, and the other one who is still here. I mean, there is no excuse for it at all. Like, there's no excuse. But they weren't going to mess that up
for sure, right? And the thing is, I think that's what pissed me off. It's like, so you're only going to make it right because you know for a fact that one of them is deceased. If they both have been deceased, would you done the same thing? I feel a little discriminated here.
I don't know. I think it's another situation of them just not doing their best work for likeness. But it's just crazy because if it's a person of color, especially like an Asian person, they should look Asian.
Right.
This looks like either a white lady or like maybe like Miss Fairweather. I'm not sure what
her ethnicity is.
what her but
I know she's Canadian, I believe. She is Canadian.
Yeah, she is Canadian.
Like, what is her back? Like, her parents? Does she have a black parent and
I want to say she's
a white
French. I'm actually
parent?
gonna Google this. I want to say she's French Canadian because when I found out that she was a Canadian, I was pretty surprised myself because I don't recognize her on any of the Canadian stuff I've ever seen. I say this in not in a rude like manner, but oh yeah, so she's born in British Columbia. It looks like she is a Canadian American. So, but she's born in British Columbia. So that's like the one of the bigger cities in Toronto, in Canada. I want to say Toronto. I don't know why I said Toronto. Yeah, she's not really. She was a beauty pageant holder, but that's it. It doesn't really say
like her ethnicity.
Yeah, what her ethnicity is. Which So that's.
I mean.
Yeah.
Here's my thing with Cassie. Right? Like Cassie to me, and I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. Cassie for me, it doesn't look like her, but there are some pictures that they showed where it's like different angles of the Cassie face. You can see the resemblance. You can see the resemblance of Patty. You can see it a smidgen, like a very small way. Like, because I think what it is the way they tilted her face in the picture. Because if you look, it's kind of like, if you look at the picture, it's kind of like, it's not staring directly in her face. It's kind of like tilted a little off to the side. So it kind of looks a little like not really her, but but the picture I saw, it was looking dead on in her face, like straightforward. So, and like in that picture, you could kind of tell it did kind of look like her. So I was like, oh, it's maybe just the angle of the way they're taking the picture. Because like the picture I saw, it did kind of look like her just a little bit. She still didn't look that Asian, but it did kind of favor her just like by a little bit. Like it wasn't dead on like Nakia or like, Michael Tabor. Because Michael Tabor, that's a split image. But also he's white. Yeah. So, I mean, it makes sense that they would get a white man right. But, like, I mean, I just felt like you said, like with her being Asian, like they could have got that right. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I mean, they didn't mess up Kai. They didn't mess up Adam at all on both his faces. So it's like, why couldn't y'all get Cassie right? Like, I mean, and don't get me wrong, the hair was cute. Because I was like, the little cute little braid going down the back. I was like, ooh, yeah, go ahead, Cassie. Cute. That was cute. We had fun. But
do you think it's something like because she's female and a Pink Ranger, they didn't want to put as much effort in?
No, I wouldn't say that. I just think that, like you said before, I think that what it is, it was just probably them just not taking the care of, really just trying to make it as accurate as possible. Or just try, or hell, maybe even rushing. Because if you look at the figure, she's missing the white stripes on her shoulders. Right. So it could have been a rush job. Like it could have been a rush figure.
And her helmet, it's supposed to be rounded. The visor, it's like sharp.
Yeah, it's sharp and then round instead of just being round all the way around. So I'm like, I feel like Cassie was a rush job, which is unfortunate because it's like Cassie is one of the best Pink Rangers in Power Rangers history. So it's like, I don't care what anybody says, and I'm gonna say this on this podcast. Fight me. I do not care. It's my podcast. But the Turbo team stands without Carlos is probably some of the best Rangers in Ranger history. I don't care what nobody says. Y'all can talk about.
No.
That's not. Yeah.
No Justin either.
What you say?
Without Carlos and Justin for the Turbo team.
Well, yeah. Without, yeah.
Well, yeah.
But I meant like the space team, but mainly space team. But
Because you said
but the
turbo,
four.
that's why.
I did.
Why.
Okay, so the three of them. You're right. So the three of them, TJ, Ashley, and Cassie. Boom. Some of the best Rangers in history.
That's why I love Turbo just in general, because I felt like it had two of the best Ranger teams ever on in both halves.
And they also felt like two different shows.
Yeah.
They felt like two. That was the only season that literally felt like two different seasons in one. Because it was literally like the first half was kind of like Mission Impossible, where it was like, oh, we got to fight a monster and we got to stop something from blowing up. And then the second half was just goofy as hell. So it was just like two different shows in one. And like, to be truthfully honest, I actually wish that the second half, like the second team, would have had the chance to deal with detonators. Because that would have been cool to see them kind of like, strategize and, see TJ be more of the strategist leader that he was. And be like, all right, so we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to stop this monster. And then we're going to go handle this detonator. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying? Because I know TJ would have done it. TJ would have been smooth. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like it would have been better, if they would have done that. But, they went ahead and decided they wanted to X that whole thing out and then make Demetria act like she ain't never been asking questions since day one. But anyway, moving right along. But no, for real, like, this last thing I'm gonna say about this, but I always felt like those three were some of the best Rangers in history. So I just feel like put some respect on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, put some respect on them.
Yeah, I second that completely. They were one of the best.
Put some respect on it. Okay, like they should have made Cassie's face way better than this, because I don't know who this white woman is, but like
me neither.
That was not it. But like I said, they got Riley right because he's a white man. And then Phantom Ranger, he don't even got no face. So that was obvious they were gonna get that shit right.
All right.
I'm just like, well, that was an easy one. So, but for real, like, how do y'all feel about I Got? Or do you care?
I didn't care. I forgot to release that too. That's why I asked you. I'm like, wait, what? Did I hear that right? No, I didn't really care. I don't know. This line hasn't really excited me. I think because after they screw up Cassie for me, I was like, I'm done. I'm over this.
That's real. No, I feel you. I feel you 100. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. All I was thinking about after they introduced Tanya was I was just looking at Tanya and I didn't care anymore about anything else. Just to be honest. But other than that, like I do like I Guy though. I do like the fact that they're trying to introduce monsters into it. So I thought it was cool.
I think I Guy's pretty cool. I love that you can take his eye out. That's kind of cool.
His eye out? That sounds so creepy. What?
Yeah, it comes out.
Oh.
I'm not really. It depends on the monster. I'm not the biggest monster guy myself, so. But like it's cool. It's cool. I like that they're not discriminating against the villains.
That's my thing. I think that's what I like about it, is just the fact that we're getting not just Rangers, but you're also getting monsters too. So, if for the people who are collecting the toys and stuff and are like getting like full teams and all that stuff, if they want to like, obviously take photos and do all that kind of stuff, they'll have actual monster figures, foot soldiers, main villains, like, and you can just do all the things you want to do. That's awesome to me, honestly. Like, that's actually pretty fucking dope. But the thing is that I'm kind of finding that is interesting is the fact that the monsters are actually a lot bigger than the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're a little bit bigger than them, which I'm just kind of like, that's interesting, but also like you're charging more for them. And I'm like, that's, okay.
May
and
not be the smartest idea.
Right. I'm like, just make them the same scale as the rest of them and so you can charge the same, but whatever. I'm not in, their little boardrooms and stuff. So obviously I don't got no say. But like, it is kind of interesting that they're just like, oh, well, we're We're just gonna make them a little bit bigger. But yeah, so I Guy and then the Rangers, that was like the main bread and butter of the little piece of Fan First Friday. They also talked about some Dino Fury stuff, which they're planning on releasing the Megazord, the Dino Fury Megazord, in the fall. So I want to say he said the fall. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And they are also introducing. Now, here's the thing that made me mad, right? So they released red, blue, and pink separately, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they're going to release gold and void knight separately, right?
Mm.
Why are they releasing green and black in a 5-pack?
What?
They're not releasing green and black by themselves. They're putting green and black in a 5-pack, so that the only way that you could get green and black is you have to buy red, blue, and green all over again.
That's weird.
So for anybody who bought red, blue, and green, in order to, not red, blue, and green, red, blue, and pink, you have to turn right back around. If you want green and black, you have to buy the same toys all over again.
Wow.
I'm like, Hasbro, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, why would you do something like that? Like that, wow. I was like, first of all, put some respect on Tessa's name, put some respect on Izzy. Don't do that, because we all know that everybody was waiting on the iconic Izzy. You know what I'm saying? Because we all thought they was going to add a little deep cut with a skirt that you can add and take off. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do this, y'all. Like, that's messed up. Like, really? Is this how y'all feel? Is this who we are?
Maybe they didn't think that they would sell. Like, I wonder if there were any issues with the other figures, sales wise. But I don't understand why they would do that.
Well, I mean, I don't think that it was only due to the fact that they went ahead and they separately added Void Knight and Void Knight and Gold Ranger. So I'm like, okay,
Right.
you know, if you're giving us separate figures, why not just go ahead and give us separate figures of the other two? Because my thing is, I don't
understand.
I don't get it either. And the thing is, it's like from that episode 4 of Dino Fury, that episode pretty much almost broke the internet for Power Rangers. Like, I mean, it was trending on Twitter. Like, it was the talk of the internet. Like, everybody was talking about it for the whole day, like almost the whole weekend. Everybody was talking about Izzy ripping off that skirt. And it's like, you would think they would be the two to get their own separate toy, you know, in their own separate box. Like, you would think that that's what they would do. But no, they're like, no, we're just going to go ahead and give you all a 5-pack and put them in there. And you also have to buy the others if you want green and black. You're welcome. So I just found that to be a little fucked up.
It's all about stealing that money. That's all I can say.
That's really what it is. That's what it boils down to. It's money. It's like, money.
It's so not cool. It's like, I think part of me is also kind of pissed to hear that, because it's like, you all want the money, but wait, is this by the same line? Is this by the same Super 7 line or no?
No. This is regular. This is from Hasbro.
Okay. Never mind then. I was gonna say something, but okay, no, that's fine. But it's still annoying though. That is still freaking annoying.
No, it's annoying, and like, it really pisses me off that, like, because my whole thing was, I was honestly waiting for Izzy. To be honest with you, I was waiting for Izzy because I wanted to buy her myself. And, you know, to know that now I have to get the 5-pack just to get one figure, like, That's bullshit. Like, that's not cool. I'm actually hurt. I am actually hurt about that. Like, I was like, come on, y'all. Like, don't do this. So, that was kind of like the downer of, one of the downers between Cassie and Nat. I was just like, y'all got me fucked up.
Just over it. I'm just so far, I'm just over it. I haven't received any good news.
Well, I mean,
tell me something good.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, because you just mentioned it not too long ago. Super 7. So baby, Super 7. First of all, they just deep cutting people all in their throats. Because I'm telling you, the way they were like stab, 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 stab with green and yellow, they were stabbing us to death with these deep cuts. So get into it. Now, the Yellow Ranger. First of all, I was with them. I was with them with Trini because they gave her the flowers that she had when she got hit by one of Rita's monsters, and she was running all fast, and she had to go get the flowers or whatever so that she can stop running and looking stupid. They gave her those. They gave her Mr. Tickle Sneezer. You know what I'm saying? They gave her all the models of her weapon, of her blaster, her blade blaster. They gave her different hands, her daggers, and they gave her both heads for both Trini and Aisha. But where's the problem? Those goddamn heads. Okay, y'all, I am so sorry, but why Aisha look like that? Why they made Aisha look like that? First of all, Aisha's hair is not that long. They got Aisha looking like she got 13 inches of hair when she ain't had that hair until she had the braids. Like, let's not do that. And then not only that, they made her face wide. Like,
so this is interesting. I actually, from going on Karan Ashley's page and seeing pics of her mom, I thought this looked exactly like her mom. More so than her.
It looked more right. It looked more like her mom than it looked like her. Because I was like, this don't look like Aisha at all. Like, this is not giving me Aisha. I mean, to be truthfully honest with you, I felt like the Lightning Collection actually gave us Aisha more than this one, than Super 7. Granted, the ones with her with the long Senegalese twist, like, that one didn't really favor her a little, not that much, but I mean, you can kind of see the resemblance a little bit. But the one with the side pony, yes.
Yeah. I think when somebody customizes that with some more paint, that the braided one, they're gonna make that look more like her. But the paint job that they gave her,
yeah, I can see that. They're probably, if someone like customizes it, I can see that. But like, I don't know. It as the residential Asian in the group. Lena, what do you think about her face? About Trini's face?
First off, Aisha be looking like. Do you remember last year when someone was doing the drawings for all the original cast, where what they would look like if they were in a Disney movie, a Wreck-Rath show? You know what I'm talking about, like that particular style. She actually looks like one of those characters.
That's weird.
That looks nothing like Aisha. Nothing. And why is her hair so super long? With Trini, you know what? She looks decent for an Asian person, except she looks like she's a chickmunk. She's holding a bunch of nuts in her cheeks.
Ma'am.
They got her eyes right on. Her eyebrows, I don't know what kind of eyebrows those were, because I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember her eyebrows looking like that.
Child, them eyebrows is looking like McDonald's arches, honey.
Right. Right? And like, I don't Her face, I
Oh.
don't know where they got her face shape, that shape of her, like what photos they used as a reference, because those are some wide cheeks.
I don't know.
If you look closely too, like it's even bigger than her forehead.
What's bigger than her forehead?
Her
Her
cheek
cheeks?
comes right
Oh,
out, and
wow.
and then around.
Listen, she has a strong jawline, okay?
A really strong jawline.
That jawline is like, that thing will break bricks. Don't play with her.
But you know what, though, in terms of getting an Asian-ish on there, it wasn't bad. It's better than Cassie. At least she looks Asian.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true.
You know, like I'll give it that much.
It looks like they took it reminded me of the artists that do the comics where
Yeah.
they don't look exactly like the actors, but they took certain features from the actors and to make those how they look in the book on panels. It looked kind of like that, where it looks like they took certain features from Twee, but it doesn't look exactly like her. I'm thinking about the promo pic of her for season 2, where she has I think she has like suspenders on and like the short sleeve cut off top, and she has her arms folded. That's the picture that was reminding me of.
She does look like that one. Yeah.
Like her.
Oh God, it doesn't look nothing close. But I mean, I can see where that's coming from. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I can see where you're coming from. But can we talk about the sea putty though? These sea putty be getting way more stuff.
First of all, the putties, like that putty is dope because you got both the actual regular putty with Rita, and then you get the Z putty with Lord Zed. Like, and they also was deep cutting it once again, stabbing us up. They gave us Wild Wild West putty,
right?
And they gave us the football putty.
Yeah.
Yo, like they are wilding for respect. I'm like, I love it. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like,
that's what
I legit was tripping.
I was like, yo, these putties be looking better than half of these Rangers are.
Yeah. Dead ass.
Of course, and they got Tommy dead on. Of course, they got Tommy dead on.
Well, I mean,
I guess it's a better likeness than the girls, but it's not exactly like him to me.
Listen, that Tommy with the ponytail, he looked like he has a mortgage. He looks like he is going through a midlife crisis. And he looked like he just spent all of his Social Security check on a red Porsche. Like, he looked like he been through some shit, okay? Like, and the evil Green Ranger looks like he should be a part of the Kiss rock band. Like, I mean, he just looks crazy. I'm like, I understand what y'all trying to... Girl, listen, I understand what they're trying to do, but I was like, I don't know what this is. This is ridiculous.
Oh my God. And like, okay, so I'm looking at the dinosaur now, T-Rex. Why does T-Rex needs to have three different removable arms or hands? Why is that?
Maybe to pick up stuff.
I guess. Oh.
Oh my God. And why do we need 2 Red Rangers to control the Zor?
Rocky and Jason.
Oh, okay.
Well, Rocky never
did. I know Rocky ain't never piloted a Tyrannosaurus. I know that.
Kid me would have appreciated this because I always wanted to put a ranger inside the Zord. I don't know why.
That's what she says.
Wow.
That's weird.
Wow. You went there. You really went there. No, but sidebar though, go back to the Green Ranger. So they really went there with Green because like they went back and they gave us all the mistakes that Saban made with the Green Ranger.
So cool.
Like they gave us the cloth shield. They gave us like, remember when Tommy for a short period of time on the episode where he what was it? Return the Green Ranger when he had the blade blaster.
Mm-hmm.
Like they gave us the blade blaster. They gave us the what is the sword of power. Like,
oh my god, that is that one. Wow.
Like they did the things, y'all. Like
they gave the Yellow Ranger the same blade blaster and the gray power daggers from the Automorph figure. So like they're giving you like a throwback with.
Oh yeah,
that's really cool.
Like they went in. Like I have to give them credit. Now, granted, like I said, the only thing about those figures is just them faces. The faces just look like girl bye.
I'm wondering if
everything else is dope.
I'm wondering if it's just like prototype, or or if that's it. That's like what the finished product's gonna look like.
I think that's probably what the finished product is going to look like. But then again, too, it may be a situation. It may be a situation where it looks like Cassie, where like just depending on the angle of the face, it may actually be decent, and it may actually look like something, depending on how you hold it. Because like with the pictures. With that Aisha face, I don't care. Aisha's face looks crazy, but like maybe in hand, her face might actually not look crazy. So I mean, you never know. But I do think that this is how they actually are going to look. But yeah, that is Super 7. So what do you think about Super 7, y'all? Like, what is it giving? Y'all think it's better than the Lightning Collection?
Way better than the Lightning Collection. You kidding?
As far as like all of the I guess the accurate accessories, the add-ons that are unique to special focus episodes that they have, that's really cool. Just likeness, likeness for the civilian heads it's always been hit or miss. So with this one, it's more of the same. I think Tommy looks more like himself than Trini or Aisha, but you can still see the actors in there, kind of. But I feel like actually the Lightning Collection, some of those likenesses have been the good ones have been actually really good. So I mean, I'm excited to see what else they're going to do with some other Rangers. So I kind of want to see how far they're going to go with it before I really say what's better or not.
All I know is high keto. I kind of do want the green one, just so I could put the Kiss Tommy, the Kiss Rock Band Tommy head on there, and just like go up to smiley face Lightning Collection Kimberly and just be like, "Well, Kimberly,
oh God,
you're not the center of everyone's universe."
I mean, it's true. She's not. She needs to be told, even in doll form. Okay.
She's like cheesing and looking like she's gonna eat Tommy's face off. Absolutely, we love it. But moving right along, so we got a little teaser back during Power Morphicon of episode, what was that, episode 12 of Dino Fury with with oh gosh, what's the baby name, Izzy and Javi, their little scene or whatever when they almost got shot by the bad guys or whatever. So we got a little clip of that. Now we still don't know where that episode is going to land. We don't know if it's going to land on Netflix or if it's going to land on Nickelodeon. We don't know, unfortunately. But what we do know is that Hunter Dino said on her live recently that Power Rangers Dino Fury will be coming back to Nickelodeon in the fall. Now, the real question is, what do you think is going to happen with Power Rangers Dino Fury on Netflix? Do you think that it will actually go to Netflix and will stay on Netflix in 2022? Or do you think that it will, business as usual, go ahead and head back to Nickelodeon and finish out the second half of Dino Fury?
Well, if they are smart, they will stick with Netflix because they're gonna get way more view on Netflix. And on top of that, Netflix is like the most watched form, right? So if they're smart, if they want to make money, I feel like that's where they should stay. However, if they don't want to make money, you know, they know where to go.
I think it's hard to tell just because they don't. It seems like they don't make the the best decisions when it comes to the show. So, like, it honestly could go either way. They could just they. I'm actually not even sure why they did it this way this time. To try some, I guess to try something out a little bit differently. Releasing a couple of episodes on Netflix while it's on break, but like I could see it going back to just them airing it every Saturday on Nickelodeon, and then once that is done, then putting the rest of the episodes on there like they usually do. But maybe the fact that they did try something different this time, maybe they will do something different. So it could go either way. I'm always not really surprised when they make questionable decisions. So I'd actually be more surprised if they change things up permanently.
I guess for me, I'm like, the question was always, will Power Rangers, especially for now, because I mean, of course, as you know, most of us are aware, it did come out that the contract supposedly, allegedly, was supposed to be up this year for Power Rangers and Nickelodeon. That's not to say that Nickelodeon and Hasbro can't come to an agreement and be like, hey, yo, we just going to extend this for like maybe 1 or 2 years. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I mean, you scratch our back, we scratch yours, you know, maybe until we find something else, you know, whatever the agreement is, you know, because just because you have a contract, that doesn't mean that you can't make agreements on top of your contract. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, businesses do this all the time. So, you know, we don't really know what is happening in the boardroom meetings and, you know, and with all that stuff. But technically, based on what we know with the contract, it was set to expire this year. Now, if it is supposed to be set to expire this year and, you know, they are done, it is, you know, it may make sense for them to go ahead and finish out Dino Fury while they still have the contract for this year, finish it out on Nickelodeon, the first half anyway, finish it out. And then, you know, the second half, they go ahead and air it completely on Netflix. Now, if they were to do that, I'm not going to lie to you, my opinion on that is, and like I said before, is, you know, if they were to go ahead and air that on Netflix, I would say do it weekly. You know what I'm saying? Like do like each episode week by week by week by week. One.
Oh yeah, weekly would be a lot better.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, that 3-episode blast that they did, I'm like, that is disrespectful to me. That is disrespectful. Because I'm like, I had to literally watch all those episodes of Dino Fury, and I'm like, you're not giving me time to process. You're not giving me time to process how I feel about these episodes. So, you know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I would appreciate them doing 1 episode by week, 1 episode per week. But overall, like, I really do feel like, and this is just me personally, I think what's going to end up happening is, I don't know why my gut feeling is saying this, and I could be wrong, obviously, because I don't know what I'm talking about for the most part. But I think just a hunch. I think that what's going to probably end up happening is this show going to stay on Nickelodeon. I just do. I think it's going to stay on Nickelodeon until the end of this year. And then January of 2022 is going to be pretty much a Netflix property. That's what I think. That's what I think. Now, granted, when it comes to the other seasons of Power Rangers and all the other, like the ones that's not there, Dino Charge, I'm sorry. Because there are fans who are still like, yo, this is messed up. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know what to tell y'all. Like, I guess go find them on Amazon or YouTube or something. I don't know. But yeah, like, that's just, I guess it is what it is at this point. Is that along the lines of what you guys are thinking, or do y'all have any other ideas?
Yeah, more or less. Like, I mean, that's what I was thinking, right? But I just kind of wish they would just completely be on Netflix instead of like Nickelodeon.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. I do kind of wish they were just on Netflix, because, streaming has literally become the mode of watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody really doesn't watch cable like that anymore. Like, everybody pretty much has like, like different apps, like different streaming apps to watch their shows. Like, I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, in my apartment, like, literally, we don't have cable. Like, all we have is
internet,
streaming apps, Hulu.
Apps. Yep.
Okay, like Hulu, Netflix, and we think about getting rid of Netflix, child, because Netflix is ghetto. But but Hulu, like Amazon Prime, like, we got all the streaming apps, but we don't have cable, because it's like, well, what's the use? What's the point?
Absolutely, I agree with you. I mean, like, the only thing downside for us in Canada is that Netflix is the best thing for us right now. It's Netflix, Amazon Prime, and then I think Disney Plus, and that's it. Everything else is like meh for us, because we don't have Hulu, right? We don't have HBO either. We have Crave TV, but Crave TV does a lot of Canadian stuff, and I don't know what it is about something that's actually Canadian. The production is terrible. Like, I've seen movies and shows that are filmed in Toronto, and they're way, 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 way better, right? So it could be the production team that they're with or whatever. But any time that something's like pretty much like, oh, it's filmed in Canada or it's filmed in Toronto, it's filmed somewhere in Toronto or like within the Ontario district, is always crap. Always. But
you didn't like how Degrassi looked?
No. Degrassi was actually a little bit better production. I'm not gonna lie. Like, compared,
I thought Degrassi was cute.
No, that's what I mean. Degrassi was actually a better production. I'm trying to think of a show that you might know. Have you all seen Rookie Blue?
No.
It's Canadian. It's very Canadian. It actually uses Flashpoint.
Yes, I know Flashpoint.
Let's see, it's kind of like that. It's like kind of like that quality. Okay, no, not Flashpoint. Flashpoint was actually, I think, it was actually really well made too. It was a big production team. I'm trying to think of another one. It's kind of like, how like all Lifetime movies, you can tell it's a Lifetime movie by the way it's made.
Yes.
It's like that. Like, yeah, it's like that. I think that's the best way I could describe it. Where it's like, that's a Hallmark movie, that's a Lifetime movie. That's like whatever movie, right? So, Crave TV is a no-go for us. I lose my trail of thought when I think of how shitty some of the programs are. But anywho, Z, it's a no.
And that's my thing. I'm just like, I don't really. It's not for me. Like, I feel like if you're gonna have all of that, and the thing is like, for the most part, and what I've come to learn is that with cable TV, if you have streaming apps, you'll pretty much get almost every single thing that comes on cable TV. So with the exception of like a few channels. So it's like, well, what's the reason of having cable TV if you're going to get the same thing on streaming apps? Like it just doesn't make sense. And then they update it literally like either the same day or the next day. So it's like, what's the point of even having it? It would be smart. It would behoove them to just go ahead and just be like, all right, let's just go ahead and just move to the streaming apps. Yep. Yeah. Move to a streaming app and call it a day. I'd rather them do that because basically the people, aside from the children that had the children that is watching it, their parents, us.
Yeah.
We're the ones watching it, and we also have jobs, and we ain't trying to pay cable. So,
I mean, that and also cable is pointless because Netflix right now is the most commonly used app all across all the countries, or most of the countries at least. You know, I'm not talking about China because China has nothing there. China wants to ban everything.
Them poor babies. I feel some of them countries I really do feel bad for because I'm like, damn, like y'all can't get a break. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, like, cause I'm telling you, baby, listen, like when Power Rangers first went to Nickelodeon, I remember way back in 2012 when they first went, Muggs was like, we can't get Nickelodeon over here. Then as soon as now all of a sudden, now people start like different apps and stuff are starting to acquire Nickelodeon, and Nickelodeon is starting to actually, you know, be smart and include their programming on, you know, like other apps like YouTube TV and things of that nature. Now all of a sudden, now Power Rangers talking about something they want to dip and move to another streaming platform that they may not have. It's like y'all cannot catch a break. It's kind of sad. I'm like, damn, that's kind of sad. So Hunter went ahead and gave us the tea on that. So we do not have a time or date of when that's going to be coming. But when we do, we will definitely post it and we will let you all know.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, and for our final topic, because we got time, for our final topic. So y'all know how much we love Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as I say this facetiously.
I was like, we don't, but okay. That was my exact thoughts. I'm like, okay, I'll let you.
Okay. But no, like the 26th anniversary of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, had just passed not too long ago. And I just figured that maybe, you know, we would, you know, want to sit down and just have a little chat. You know what I'm saying? Have a little talk about the movie. You know what I'm saying? You know, how it has blessed us. Well, not necessarily. I mean, if you want to talk about the movie, that's fine. But I mean, I just kind of just whatever about Mighty Morphin the movie.
More so like you know, it's insane to think that that's 26 years ago.
We were babies.
Yeah.
We were
so
like 4, 5, maybe 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I was more so thinking about you know, like just some memories of that time of anticipating the movie, going to see it, the McDonald's toys, the toys in stores, the coloring books, whatever.
Okay, the commercials, because I'm telling you, the way they went all out for this movie, like this movie, the promo for this movie was insane. I still remember it to this day. Like they were really bumping, like pushing this movie, like, yo, go see this movie. Because I mean, the show literally was a phenomenon. Like it was literally a cultural phenomenon at the time. Like, I mean, literally, it was the hottest thing in the world. Like it was the hottest thing. So it was like, okay, you know, they was pushing it. Like they had so many commercials, like so many toys. Now, here is one memory that I will say that kind of left me gooped and gagged. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I was a little hurt as a child. So does anybody remember the movie figures
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was so hurt that the Ranger movie figures were the metallic armor Rangers because they suits were shiny and they were not the suits from the actual movie. I was hurt.
Yeah.
They were just literally shiny. I was like, why? These do not look like the movie. Like, what is this? My feelings were so hurt.
I remember being a little deflated at that, yeah, because it literally was the same figures that they had already released, but just shiny. But
Just shiny.
I wonder if they did that knowing that they were going to do the metallic armor later on.
I think that's what it was because, I mean, Karan Ashley did say in an interview that they did actually want to use the movie suits as an upgrade on a TV show, but they realized that the movie suits were falling apart because they were made a certain way and they couldn't handle all the stunts and stuff. So they started falling apart. So they just went ahead and just gave them glitter.
Which I'm also surprised that they didn't make it more durable, knowing fully well what they're about to do with these suits.
Well,
they only used them for the movie. That was really it. They were only supposed to be just for the movie.
I was just gonna say the people that were doing the movie, they didn't actually know anything about Power Rangers, which is why the production was so difficult. So that could be a reason why the suits weren't made to be durable, because they didn't really know like how crazy all the stunt work and fighting was.
Yeah, because there's actual documented stuff from them saying, like, originally when they created the suits originally, the suits were so stiff they could barely move. Like, they had to end up like adding basically kind of like adding a type of fabric or something just to make it more stretchable so that they could actually move their limbs. Because originally when they were doing test videos, I remember seeing one with red and black. They were trying to, fight in the costumes and they could barely get their legs up. Like they couldn't cartwheel. Like they look crazy. And also too, they had the missing mouthpieces too, which was kind of weird. But yeah, like they had to end up making adjustments to the suits a lot just to get them to what we seen in the actual movie. And then also too, the team, also the production team, they did a lot of changes with this movie. Like there was just so many changes behind the scenes, from like costuming to story. Like you could tell there was just a lot going on. Like, there was a lot going on. So yeah, I see where you're coming from, Lena. I just kind of feel like I just kind of hold space for them just a little bit, only because of the fact, like Will said, like this is a whole separate group of people who really didn't know what Power Rangers was giving. You know what I'm saying? Like they just thought, oh, superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all want super suits? Like we gonna do this, and like apparently those suits were hella heavy because Karen and Amy Jo both expressed like them suits were so damn heavy, like they having trouble walking around in them. Like I mean, people was like the designers and the costume designers and all of them, they didn't factor in a lot of things. So and in the suits, like we said before, the suits weren't durable. It just turned into more so of like, all right, we're just not going to use these. Now, my thing is, what I do wish would have happened is at least they changed the helmet. So when they upgraded them, at least kind of give them like the helmet from the movie, and then but just kept the costume or something. You know what I'm saying? Like give them some kind of change.
I still remember when season 3 started. I fully expected to see the movie suits. But
I did too. Or to see like something similar to them. Like I would have loved, to be truthfully honest, I would have loved to have seen them do like the metallic armor, but just color the helmets in the same color of like the metallic armor suit. Like that would have been cool. you know, or something, or just give them a reason or a way to utilize the movie, some aspect of the movie, because like I just felt like for me, and I know some of y'all disagree, but like for me, the helmet from the movie, the helmets were dope. Like the helmets were like they were fab to me. So I just kind of felt like they could have had, you know, some helmets from the movie, but no, I guess not. I don't know. One could only dream, right? One specific memory that I will say that I had was actually going to the movie, and I remember seeing Karan Ashley, well, Aisha, and I wanted her outfit so bad. I think I may have said this, but I wanted to wear her outfit so bad, and my mom was like, no. Like, I remember I was like, I thought she looked so cute. And I was like, I want that outfit. And my mama was like, boy, no. Like, you are not wearing that. You are a boy. You can't wear that. And watch, Power Mofakan coming up. You know what I'm saying? I'm busting out in my Aisha outfit. I don't care what nobody say. I've been working on this thing. I'm busting out in my outfit. But anywho, period. But yeah, like dead ass. Like I thought that was really cool. Like, what is the memory from you guys like coming into the movie? Like, what was something that hit y'all?
I can remember. Oh, nothing. Nothing.
Nothing. Because you know why? I never actually got to go to the movie theaters, and I don't remember it being that hyped for me, at least. And everything was always hyped for US, but it was never that hyped for me. And I think I saw it later on, like much later on when it was on TV.
Okay. Well, what was your thought when you saw it later on?
All I thought was, damn, I thought Kimberly and Tommy were adorable. I don't know why. That was my only thought, and that's all I could remember. So stupid. But you know what, though? I did love the skydiving scene, and that's what really got me to be like, damn, I want to skydive. I want to do that one day. And it actually inspired me to rollerblade. So I taught myself how to rollerblade. It was just the field. You know what it gave me? It gave me the beginning, like the beginning 10 minutes before the whole Ivanhoe situation. It gave me a very Mary Kay Ashley, Passport to Paris, When in Rome vibe. You know, where they do like a bunch of like shit all in like 5 minutes, but really that was like a 3-day situation for us in real life.
Wow. First of all, the fact that you compared it to When in Rome with Mary Kate and Ashley that came out years later after that is very interesting.
I loved everything about it when I did finally got a chance to see it. I wish I got the hype that you guys got. I genuinely do. Genuinely do. Like, I'm so jealous when I hear you guys talk about it because I'm like, that did not happen to me at all. But yeah, that's enough for me. What were you, Will?
I remember my mom taking me and my big cousin to see it. And I remember there was a pink and white ranger there taking pictures with kids. I noticed that in different areas there were like different quality rangers and like a different amount of rangers that would be at the
Oh
theater.
damn, that's messed up.
Yeah, so I didn't get the good quality one. They look like the stuffed Power Rangers with the enormous heads. Because like literally the helmets were like huge in comparison to like the suits and the rest of their bodies. They didn't look anything like the movie suits. But I mean it was still cool to see them there, you know. I was only 5, so I noticed that looked weird, but
Child, high key, I would have been mad. I mean, like, if you don't get the fuck away from me, you are. This is giving real Bulk and Skull, like putting on costumes and talking about some weird Power Rangers. Absolutely not. No. And I guarantee you that that pink and white Ranger was probably the mad skinny and look like them little spandex outfits was just hanging off of them, draped. Like, child, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Girl, no.
That always pisses me off about people dressing up as Power Rangers. Get it fitted.
Listen. Like, first of all, I have never seen a sagging Ranger before. Like, I've never seen it. Like, and I'm telling you now, Ziggy was probably the smallest Ranger that we've ever had in Ranger history, and even his suit was fitted. So let's not, like, if you're gonna do it, make that suit fit. I don't need you looking like you need to be walking around wearing wheat Timbs. Like you in New York or something. Like your costume baggy and you looking like you about to catch the A train. Like, I don't have time. Don't do this. But no, like, dead ass though. Like, for real. Like, I want to say at my movie theater, we just had the cardboard cut out of each Ranger. So, like, I remember at our movie theater that, oh my God, it closed down years ago. But it was called the Julia, honey. And Miss Julia, she was cute. So what happened was when you walked in, you had like all six of them standing there. It was like that group picture where they're standing like in the what was that dark hallway or whatever, and they're all posed or whatever with the blue light behind them. It was like a cardboard cutout of them in that pose, and that's what met you when you were coming into the door. And then leading to the actual theater of where it was shown was you had a Ranger. You had each Ranger standing there, you know, in their Superman poses, like kind of like leading the way to the actual theater, which I thought that was so freaking cool because when I saw the Yellow Ranger, like I was just like, I just want to take it. I want it. And my mom was just like, okay. So she put out her little disposable camera. Cause you know, ain't nobody had no real cameras back in the day. It was always disposable. And then you had to go to like a Walgreens or a Rite Aid or something and get your pictures developed. But anywho, I'm telling my age. And yeah, like she took the little picture and it was cute. I don't know where that picture at though, but if I can find it, I'll post it. But
all I'm saying is those like one-time use cameras were fantastic. Okay. I don't care what anyone says. I love those one-time use cameras.
Listen, like the life of the one-time use cameras. Like I used to love those things.
Me too.
Oh, I used to love them.
And do you ever notice like they were the best photos versus the photos we take now where we take a bajillion photos just to get that one perfect one, where for some strange reason, you know, when you only had 11 films to go, you make sure it was worth it.
Right.
Listen. I'm telling you, the children got it easy. They got it easy because I'm telling you, like with that camera, you better make sure that you had that shit right. Because if you did it and you only had like 2 pictures left, you SOL.
Oh my God.
And not even just that, but like the cost of development. So you knew how much it cost. So you're like, okay, all right. It's costing me, I don't even know how much. I'm just making up a price now. Okay. Like, let's say it costs you $1 a photo to be developed. You knew you had to make that shit worth it. Okay.
Like, you know, you better have that thing right, honey. That's why I was like, listen, like the new, y'all new children don't, y'all sitting here talking about some, Adult Swim. It's so traumatizing. No, this shit was traumatizing. Y'all think y'all got it easy talking about some, I just got a smartphone and I can take as many pictures as I want. Listen, when you running on low film and you only got like 2 pictures left and you got like a whole bunch of stuff you trying to take pictures of, you start rationalizing. And you start being like, okay, which is more important?
So
Child.
True. Like, oh my God, so true. I remember going on trips and realizing that I will be in a pool or something like that. I'm like, damn, I gotta spend an extra $10 to get a waterproof camera.
Oh
The
my
fuck?
god, I remember getting that.
Right? I remember I went on one trip. I bought like 4 disposable cameras. One of them was a waterproof one because I couldn't afford to buy more than one.
Listen, the struggle.
I'm thinking about the anticipation of having them developed and just waiting to see how they turned
Right?
out.
It's like that TikTok sound or whatever sound it was. Like, please don't let it be ugly. Please don't let it be ugly. Please don't let it be ugly.
As far as Power Rangers is concerned, we are happy that we are at 26 years and we're still going. Now, very soon we will be hitting 30 years of Power Rangers.
Shit.
30
Dude.
years, y'all.
Dude, 30. Man, we old.
2 years. In 2 years, it'll be 30 years. The property will be 30 years old.
Oh.
Now, okay. Now, I just have a question. Like, just for shits and giggles, right?
All right.
Now, in 2 years, we'll have our 30-year anniversary. What do you think would be something like if you could do the best thing in your head, if you could do the best commemoration of Power Rangers in 30 years, what would you do?
I would do that animated Shattered Grid movie with all of the real voice actors, all the real actors voicing themselves. I think that would.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Wow. Okay.
I was just thinking the same thing. If not that, it would be pretty cool if they could put together like it could be like I'm just gonna go with the movie. Let's say a movie, right? Where they have all the actors from like like obviously the main the villain, the Rangers, the main crew of each season to say a word in like a big production film, whatever you want to call it. I think that would be pretty cool. That's the best way for me to describe it, like a yearbook situation in a movie format with all the main like villain, the main cast of the Power Rangers of each season. I think that would be pretty darn cool, and have it be like a Netflix production.
Okay. I'm thinking more so of like Japan, with how like Japan does their 30th, but they're not 30th, but just like how Japan does their anniversary seasons and things of that nature. They like to do like specific teams, or like they'll do like a team that either can hone the powers of past Rangers, or something like that. If they were to do something like a Hyperforce, and it could be like a little short mini series or whatever, but just kind of have them talk to at least one Ranger from each season, and just kind of be like, and just have that Ranger like help them through like a specific situation, or or something. I think that would actually be like really cool. And like I said, just make it like a little mini series or something like that. Like that would actually be kind of dope, just to kind of, give them like, okay, this is, a representative of, this is like a representation of all, of all 30 years of Power Rangers. Because I mean, to be truthfully honest, as of right now, we've been in, especially as of recently, Power Rangers has been only 2 years. It's been 2 years. It hasn't been just the standard year since, 2009? So, now it's like, it's every 2 years that we get a brand new team. So it's like, by the time we get to 30, it's like, we got like one more group of Rangers, and we're going to be in the 30th anniversary. So, I'm pretty sure Hasbro is already, kind of thinking of like little ways of being like, oh, well, how are we going to celebrate the 30th anniversary? Like, or how are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? And it could be now. Let me hold space. It could be that maybe the project that Entwistle is working on, when he's saying that he's going to reboot the entire franchise as a whole, like just reboot it and everything, that might be what the 30th anniversary might be about. That might be it. Because the man, as of right now, he's not, from what I'm seeing, he's not doing anything Power Ranger related, as in like producing anything Power Ranger related as of right now. Not saying that he's not going to, because he is attached, but he's not doing it right now. Also, if it's a movie that he's planning on doing, movies take at least 2 years. We're on year 28. I'm just saying, like, Entwistle is talking about rebooting. I think he might end up rebooting something or rebooting things, and it might end up, something may end up happening to where in year 30 things may change for the franchise. I'm just saying. I think something might happen. I don't know. Maybe that's just my wishful thinking, but I think something might happen.
That's a cool idea. I would hope that they would, try something different finally.
I mean, yes. I would, I would hope something, they would try something, because I mean, listen, like Power Rangers has, first of all, somebody did like a meme. It was like a meme of like, you seen the Shazam meme, right? Where It was like everybody in the Shazam costumes, and somebody like overlaid like Power Ranger helmets over them or whatever. Like, wouldn't that be cool to see the suits remodernized like that? You know what I'm saying? And a movie or something like that be put together. You know what I'm saying? Like, or hell, even like a newer TV show, like a more teenager and up type of show, or something. Because I'm saying, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I always felt like the Power Rangers movie, if you were to imagine the movie Rangers and imagine them having like their own like TV show, it would not be the TV show that we got while it was airing at the same time. Because the movie Rangers, the 1995 movie Rangers, there was something a little hard about them. Like, they seem like they've been through some things. Like, they didn't really feel like the TV show Rangers. And of course it was like that because it's a movie and it didn't have the restraints of, networks. But they felt different, and not only that, they were doing headshots. Like, they were like kicking people in the head and everything. But, it was different. It felt different. It looked different. And that was probably the closest thing that we could have gotten to a more older style of Power Rangers. You know what I'm saying? That is, that is actually made from like an actual,
that would have been
company.
So cool to have.
Right? So I'm just like, it can be done. If, like if it was a TV show or like another movie or something, it can be done. I just hope that, like with the 1995 movie, or not even like scratch, even if it was like 1995 movie, but just in general, like whatever that they decide to do in the future, I'm just hoping that they, that it's given, and it's not, nothing like, oh my gosh, like I'm wasting my time, like this crap is terrible.
Nothing like the 20th anniversary.
God, no, or the 25th with that Ninja Steel mess. Like I'm still not over that. Like that foolishness, child.
Especially for 25th, you figured they'd do something way bigger than that.
Girl, first of all, I'm still tripping that during the scene where the Rangers were charging against the robot Rangers, why you had two Gias? I'm not over that. I'm still not over that. I'm like, now y'all mean to tell me that the person who was doing the visual effects didn't realize that he had two Gias up there? Come on now. I hope that they don't do no episodes. Like, please don't do episodes. Y'all don't do episodes well. Like, actually do something bigger. Like, I would hope for the 30th anniversary, they do something a lot bigger.
A lot.
Than, on like a much bigger scale than just,
we could get it because it's under Hasbro now. So maybe they will invest that, considering the fact that so far with Dino Fury, they've been getting some really, really positive feedback, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they could very well give us something bigger than that. And I hope they turn it into like a 3-parter or 2-parter and with a real good storyline. Like how we used to get, like with like Time Force or with the Mighty Morphin. What was it called? What was the Green Ranger series called?
Green with Evil?
Yeah. Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, like something like that. I think that would be really, really, really cool.
Now, I know you probably gonna hate me for saying this. I know you probably gonna hate me, but just hear me out. Just hear me out. Would you like if they actually did bring Lord Draken into the Power Rangers universe? Because hear me out, we do have the Morphing Masters. Wouldn't it be cool if they actually did bring back Jason David Frank, but not as Tommy, but as Lord Draken?
Don't bring Jason David Frank back. Hire somebody new and bring Lord Dragon in.
But if they bring Lord Dragon, they got to bring Tommy, because the simple fact, Jason David Frank will never live that down. He will never live that down if they did not.
Can you imagine the meltdown he would have if they did that?
Okay, he would go.
That's what
nuts.
I want to see. I would want to see that. You know what? Actually, better yet,
girl, you are terrible.
For my 30th anniversary, I would love to see Jason David Frank melt down because he's not Lord Dragon.
Oh my God, you are awful. But no, like. No, like dead ass, like that would first of all, that would destroy him. And secondly, like dead ass, like you cannot have Lord Dragon without Jason David Frank. Like, I mean, like, no, like that just cannot be. But it would actually be like, honestly, dead ass, like I really do think that would actually be really cool. That would actually probably be one of the best ways that they could celebrate the 30th anniversary. Like, I think that would probably be one of the best ways. And it could also change everything we know about our timeline as far as like the TV show timeline. It could change everything. Like literally everything. And they could literally start from scratch. Start from like the ground floor. If you think about it, like they could start from the ground floor, like literally just change everything. Then they can start creating new stories and new continuity that all makes sense and it all gels. And then they can just go ahead and if they want to continue on the franchise for another 30 years, now they can actually create a story that actually is consistent and everything makes sense. That would actually work if they were to do that. If they're smart, if they were to do that, that would work. I'm just saying. Now, of course, that would mean bringing Jason David Frank back. But I'm just saying, like, this would actually be a really good idea. And then just boom, like the grid is shattered in the TV show world. And then now we have this whole brand new idea of like, oh crap, now things aren't really, everything that we know from the past is not the same anymore. Now we have more of a clear understanding of what the grid is, what it does. And now going forward, we now can tell stories based off of what we already know and what we've, in the world that Jonathan Entwistle would create. I think it's a great idea. I think it's wonderful. But once again, like my ideas aren't important. But I think that would be a cool idea. No?
Yeah, I think that I'm not against that at all.
I'm talking about Lena, because Lena doesn't want it.
Oh,
I mean, it's whatever at this point.
Girl, of course it's always gonna be whatever. But yes, honey. Like, I don't know. But for our listeners, let us know. Let us know what y'all think. Like, do y'all think that it would be good to, like, let us know your opinion. Like, you know, what would you like for 30th anniversary? And also let us know, like, what you felt when you went to go see Power Rangers 1995 movie. Like, I mean, what was it giving for you? Like, did you love it? Did you enjoy it? Did you wet yourself? Like, whatever the story that you had, like, let us know. Let us know. And, you know, write it in the comments. Talk to us. Let us know what's up. All right. Well, that has been another episode of Tribunal of the Grid. We are your hosts. I am Brandon.
I am Lena.
And I'm Will.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.